Morning, 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 morning. Afternoon, afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. What's going on, legends? How are we all? Actually kicking off on time today. I was planning to start at 8. Doing paperwork this morning. Quotes, 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 quotes. Everyone wants a price for everything before they go ahead with anything these days. Otherwise, they give you bad feedback. So, you gotta pull out the crystal ball and try and predict what things will cost, but it's never accurate. There's always stuff that pops up that you don't expect. How do you expect it? Otherwise, you would have quoted for it, eh? Just finishing off this thing. 3-channel custom built amp. Couldn't recreate the faults the customer said, which I've been getting a lot lately. So many jobs coming in that aren't exhibiting what the customers are reporting because their complex setups have so many pieces and cables and interconnects and adapters and interfaces and pedals and everything, power supplies involved, that they don't have the troubleshooting skill to be able to narrow down what's actually causing it. But without going to their house and spending 3 hours going through their complex rig, there's not a lot I can do, and I just don't have time for that. So there's nothing wrong with this unit. I gave it a service, and out it goes. Midnight in Sweden. You guys seen that Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare? Fantastic movie. The guy's the Swedish Hammer. Worst Swedish accent I've ever heard. You should shoot him. He hates Germans. Missing a few screws, but that's nothing new for an amp that's been open multiple times. Actually, let me just check something. There was one screw shorter. Make sure I'm not hitting anything. I heard Europe's getting a bit of a heat wave. Oh, what do you call a heat wave over there anyway? We call a spring day over here. Reports that they're like, people are dying because it's 32 degrees. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? 32 degrees here in winter. I think it's a 4-unit rack. Yeah, it's a 4-unit. 3-channel, 50-watt channel valve amp. EL34s. As I say, someone custom built it for this bloke. Not going to clash with anything with those screws. Just wonder why there's one shorter one. Got another person upset that I swear in my videos. Good day to you, sir. I was going to subscribe, but I unsubscribed immediately because you use swears. Fuck off then. Fucking insufferable cunt. Imagine getting upset over that. You clearly never hung out in Australia. Fucking hell. I just love that they think that I give a flying fuck about them leaving. Leaving because I swear. Oh, okay. Grow up. Hilarious how important some people think their opinions are. Makes me laugh. Yeah, that's what I said, Ted. That's my target. My target audience love it. They want me to swear more, so I'm not going to cater to you, you fucking little imbecile. Fuck swearing. Who gives a shit? It's 4 letters. More important things in the world these days, eh? Came in right at fuck. That's the way. Basil. Basil! Brad, you cockhead. There you go, pork chop. Yeah, wife's doing well. She's in the city today. Finally, we've had like a cyclone here because you know, there's no such thing as climate change, but now we get cyclones in Sydney. So yeah, we've had like 3 days of like cyclonic weather because this what they call a bomb cyclone occurred where the pressure drops unexpectedly quickly and it forms a rotating, well, cyclone. A whole bunch of damage and wind and rain and flooding and the dams overflowing. It's just been localized flooding, not like it was in 2021 or 22. How's the stress level, Brad? Hopefully a tickless pressure without new jobs. What? No, there's new jobs. Everyone's so what's been happening is I'll say to someone, yeah, bring it in July, and I won't hear from them, like at all. And then they'll be like, oh yeah, I got that job, and I forget that we've talked. So I'll say, oh sorry, we booked out until August, and they're like, and then they get really upset, like angry because I said bring it in July, but I've forgotten that I've talked to them, right? Because the problem is you've got so many different platforms to discuss things. Email, well, 2 email addresses. I've got Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, bloody SMS, phone calls, messages that were left on voicemail. Just talking to people, right? And I can't remember who they are or what we decided or anything. So then they get really upset that you're apparently not taking their job. It's like, all right, settle down. I just forgot about it, all right? There's a lot going on. Just bring it in. But it doesn't change the fact that I've still got 100 jobs in the queue before them, like literally 100 jobs in the queue before them. So I really need to just close, like, indefinitely. You got your really good customers that try to slip one in, and it's like you want to take care of them, but then that puts you back by a couple of hours. And how you going, Jesse? I hope all the gear's treating you all right. You got hyenas out there. Jesus. You guys think Australia's dangerous. I'll never understand that. We got spiders and snakes and irukandji and shit and jellyfish, but we don't have fucking hyenas. Set up camp, wait for you to come outside and fuck you up. Coyotes. We don't have anything like predatory other than like crocodiles, but they're like lizard brain. You know, you just don't go where they are and you're sweet. And it's not like they chase you and fucking stalk you like wolves would. Bears. Australia's like, if someone as much of a dumbass as me can survive here, anyone can. It's safe as shit in Australia. Nothing's trying to kill you. It's all just media bullshit and Australians amping it up to gain notoriety. What you got to understand is when Australians are in their like 20s and 30s and that go overseas, they're trying to impress women. So they'll make up all this stuff to make them sound tough. But it's all utter horse shit. It's easier than anything to be safe over here. So most of the myths, like, you know, the drop bear thing and whatever, it's like the haggis in Scotland. The wild haggis. Oh, that was an Irish accent. Fuck. Where am I going to put this heavy ass thing? Let me get some light. Alright, output jack replacement on a drum machine. Oh, camera's not on. Wondered why I had no overhead. Alright, let's see how this works. Nothing. Oh, helps if you plug it in. Yeah. Hey, there we are. Notice anything different, champions? Let's go 5.6. Victor, how are you, legend? It's a Stroming. Well, what I'm trying to get at there is there's no such thing as a wild haggis. They're not an animal. Anyway. Tough crowd. Let's take this thing off. Hey, signal. That HDMI connector fucking up. It's always something. Turns out YouTube is desyncing audio and video to mess with ad block software. Really? Let's have a look. Well, why would you intentionally cripple your thing to fuck with? Yeah, my sync's still working. Some ginger in another hemisphere said the fuck word. Oh no. I completely forgot about the fall of American democracy. What are you trying to start up there? Oh, you're saying that, yeah, it's not very important. Yeah, I got you. Sorry, I'm an idiot. So this one's got some broken jacks. Joking backs. Yeah, the sync's still good, but let me know if it goes out. I'd like to know if it does. He was like 5 milliseconds off and it drove him nuts. Well, that's Lyle. Most people, what he's got to understand is most people just listen. They don't. A lot of people don't sit there and stare at you. They've got it in their earpiece while they're going about their day or working or whatever. So yeah, I do the video, try to get the video quality as good as I can for the technical side of stuff. But oh, I'm underexposed by one stop. Let's brighten it up a bit, shall we? Is that looking better? I'll go a stop over, compensating. All right, so what have we got to take off to get this thing out? Oh, just dox the customer. Who gives a shit? You don't know him. Now I'm overexposed because my hands look funny. Let's go back to the future. Okay, so why isn't the ISO compensating? Oh, it's taking a second. We'll go 6.3. So when I bring my hands in, it's usually overexposed for a second. Does that look alright? Does it look a bit bright? Here's me talking about not worrying about video, and then straight away I go on a tangent. Mark, you cooking brisket? Good man. Send me some in the post, buddy. You got my address. Alright, so looking at that, there is a fold going upwards. I've got a feeling these screws will be holding on to that. Looks like we'll have to replace that DC jack as well. Sorry, did I say drum machine? This is a drum brain, like a controller. So the drum kit isn't much use without it. Got coarse thread everything so far. All the screws are the same so far, except for the two mounting screws. Yeah, shit goes in and out of sync all the time with OBS and whatever. I don't think he uses OBS anymore, but what does he? I forget. My memory's shit. Probably has a blown capacitor in the diode. Blown coupler in the diode capacitor, yeah. Sounds legit. Right, that feels a bit more positive. Ting ting. Okay, nothing's attached to that at all. Well, looks like the solder joints are good, so I'm going to go out of frame. I'll just go workbench only. Can I go workbench only? No, I can't. I can only go webcam only. I don't have a I've got like 12 scenes and I don't have a workbench only one. Fucking, anyway, who cares? The red cable tie doesn't look original. Maybe someone's played Knifey Spoony before. This is really awkward. Okay, is everything clear? Everything's clear, but it still doesn't want to come up. Oh, because we've got a clip in the center, like a Mesabui style standoff. Here we go. I'm gonna be gentle with these things. And I've got switch connect, quick connect, so I can disconnect them. Alright, we've got jacks in 2 layers. And just your Jalco things. Alright, wire's not too tight. Two insulated. No, just washer screws in the center. Might go to a grounding foil on the front, something like that. Where's my chat gone? Every time you close it, it goes to top messages. Fucking piece of shit. So they're shorter. Put them aside. They're the only two that are different. The only set that are different. Go. Got one more connector there for the potentiometer, but we can disconnect that. It's got a JST EH series connector, which is incredibly tight. Is there a reason someone's yelling out the front? It's just exuberant tradies. Good for them. Yo, Lyle, how you going, legend? Are you enjoying the GH5S overhead? Quality much better than the other one? I think it's improvement, but I don't think it's worlds different. Bit hard to tell with my little OBS window. Let me go full screen. Full screen. Oh yeah, it's looking all right. I can't see chat then. Perfect. Best of both worlds. Let's show the detail up right. Show my chewed ass dehydrated fingers from using cleaning solvents without gloves. There's our culprit. Poor little Jalco. They're pretty shit jacks to begin with, but that one has had a problem that I get a lot. It's bottomed out. 300 plus caps. Oh, and the rest. Oh, it's got a little dust bunny in there too. Yeah, the biggest problem with the camcorder Lyle was it didn't have auto ISO. And there was just no pro features, you know, like almost anything would have been better than that. GX85 would have been fine too. But I'll sell that, get rid of it, and keep the Lumix boy, the GH5S. It's non-stabilized. You can see whenever I touch it, it shakes around a bit, but because it's a non-stabilized lens as well. Look at the zoom range. It's like the full width of my bench there. And it's if anything, it's probably because of the lens, it's a little bit closer than the old one was. It's got gut cam, crutch cam. Got bulging caps. The autofocus seems to be alright. It's actually, it's not too bad while it's streaming. It knows that it has to continually focus while the HDMI output's being engaged. Looks a little bit soft there in some places though, like maybe we're hitting the end of the focus range. Okay, so I'm about a foot off the desk now, so that should work for an amp chassis. It's going to start hitting the limit though. Yeah. Okay, so once we're up to about 450 off the bench, she can focus no more until I zoom out. If I zoom out, we can be about a foot away. So nearest focus length, we're at about 200 mil there. So that's good. Not a bad lens, that one. It's not like, you know, super expensive or anything. It's a what is it? 12 to 200 mil. So it's one I like to take traveling. It's not super high quality, but it's just the zoom range and the compactedness is pretty off its head. We use the same mouse. Yeah, the Triathlon. It's good shit, eh? The M720. I accidentally keep forgetting that there's a little button under the rubber though. I've just I've made it so it doesn't do anything. I've de-assigned it because I always grip the thing too hard because I'm stressed out and end up pressing back. Alright, so that's zoomed all the way in with it at the bench level. So I think given the size of the soldering iron, you know, that's pretty good. I'll just have to change the focus method, but I'll play with that later. Biggest thing now is I just need another power supply for it because my other power supply is used at home for a webcam, for meetings and whatever. Okay, so I think these ones are okay. One's got a bit of rust, but I think it's surface stuff. This is a bit jank though. I think that's been damaged. It probably still works, but it is getting a bit corroded as well. How's manual focus go? Focus assist? No? Well, penny boy focusing. Shit. You can see how corroded those jacks all get. I don't know why they don't make them out of a better plating. But that happens on all Boss pedals as well. But, you know, it's a generic jack, so we can change that while we've got it apart. Because they do like to fail. But the main culprit's this one here. And it's probably its mate next to it. And what are they? So you got your display. And that is your left or mono output. So yeah, the most commonly used one. So your left and your right. That's your right hand output. That's your left hand output. So that's the one that would normally be used if you're just running into a mono output. Alright, so let's replace that. It's like they're not pushed down far enough because they've got little feet underneath, and if you seat them home when they get soldered, there's no movement there. So what often happens is they don't get seated properly from the factory. Dustin, how you going, legend? Yeah, I just thought I'd throw up a live stream, test the overhead camera. Like I said, I was going to sell it, but I thought, I may as well keep it. Fuck it, why not? He who dies with the most cameras wins. Now, can I put my big ass solder evacuating bloody tip on? Look at the size of it. It's like a donut compared to the one I got on there now. See, this is going to be a bugbear focusing. You got to put your hand there so it's got something to focus on. Just check my filter. Yep, she's chock-a-block. I'll give that a clean out. So, these used to get like full before they blocked up, but that was back in the day when I was a kid and I used to use Dad's one. And thinking back, there's probably no such thing as lead-free solder really back then. So I think the lead-free solder sets before it gets all the way into the tube. So you find yourself having to just do a quick clean out, but not a full flush out. If I'm doing a vintage amp or something that the solder makes its way all the way back and the thing slowly fills up, but with the lead-free it congeals almost as soon as it comes out the nozzle. So just a quick semi-clean for that. But the way to clean these is just dip it in some ISO, and because all the solder's stuck in there, but it's only stuck by the flux. Hiccups. So just dissolve the flux and the whole thing slides out the end of the tube. And replace the filter. Try not to melt my little bin there. Yeah, I used to let this thing snap. That's spring loaded. You turn it that way and it wants to snap forwards. But repeatedly doing that, you can see it looks kind of flimsy despite being a fucking $1 million. And they like to snap there. So you got to be careful with it, because that's $100 fucking piece of plastic, that piece of shit. Fiber reinforced poly through a little late. Polyurethylate. You know that stuff? Oh shit. Oh, I retracted a message. What happened? Probably said something right before I ended up saying it and doing it. Great minds think alike. Had a blackface baseman in for a urgent repair yesterday. And tin whiskers, bros. Tin whiskers. I'll let that warm up while I tell my story. So, you know, have you guys heard of Tin Whiskers? Not the band. No, I don't know. That'd be a good band name, though, for a tech. Please don't crash, computer. Great minds think alike. So do ours. All right, check this out. Let me just pull up my photo album. Desk share, bang. Oh, the old processor doesn't like it. Okay, there we go. So that's after I did the job. Because it was a rush job, all I did was I corrected the ground wiring and then sorted the signal chain problem. He's going to bring it back later once he's finished with the session. He's using it to reamp a pretty prominent band in Australia's new album. So I just did what I could to make it safe. So replaced the mains cord, which had broken primary insulation and incorrectly wired to the switch and fuse, as well as grounded to the transformer hardware. Said it a million times, champions, you know the deal. Fix that up. You can see it's a bit of a hodgepodge of replaced stuff. We could sort of vintageify it and go back to our carbon comp if we want. The sky's the limit. I said we could do what you want with it, or you can make it, you know, quieter and just use the carbon comps in the positions where they offer some advantage. Frankie, how you going, legend? You could use only desoldering braid or a spring-loaded sucker. Which would you choose? Probably braid. Kind of need both though, because the braid, you go through like fucking 3 inches of braid if you've got a really heavy join. So you use the solder sucker to get rid of the majority, use the braid to use up the rest of it. But why would you have to choose? They're like $12 each. Don't worry about it. So you can see here for, I don't know what the deal is, but I'm getting a bunch of amps in where they've pulled, it's like they've pulled caps from some other poor customer's amp that work fine, and then they've used them in someone else's amp. Like, what would cause you to be in possession of like caps that work fine from a vintage Fender? The only thing I can think of is you're either chasing problems that didn't exist and you spent so much time on it that eventually you gave up and you just left the parts in that you put in. So say you had another Silverface amp or something, took these out and put fucking Sozos or some wanky cap in there and didn't fix the problem, but it was quicker to just leave them in than and then charge the customer for it, then take them out and find the actual solution to the problem. Once they found the solution to the problem, they say, fuck it, just leave them in, charge them, make our money back. That's probably what happened. I don't know. I don't know who worked on this, but this tack soldering shit, I really wish people would stop doing that. It's not great. It doesn't work. Well, it does work temporarily, but in a particularly a basement head or a touring amp, they crack all the time. I only say it because I see it a million times, champions. Just the same reason I flag anything for you guys. I only say it because it happens all the time. Otherwise, I wouldn't fucking say it, right? I'm trying to help you and make sure you have a reliable amp. It's not like I'm like, what have I got to gain by telling people not to tack solder? It's not like it's snake oil, right? But people attack me for it all the time. Whatever, I don't give a shit. It's the fucking internet, isn't it? Anyway, moving on. So we could replace them or just properly, you know, those caps are wrong value, but they're probably fine. So yeah, there's a bunch of value changes. I don't know if there was any logic behind them or if it was just thrown in. I don't know. This guy is really tuned into what has happened to his amps and what the values are and all of that. And not in a wanky way. He's a fucking professional. So he knows what differences happen when you change component values, right? So we might return that back to stock. He's saying, however, it is sounding good for the current application. So we left it as is because he's obviously mixing an album, so he needs album continuity, right? So I didn't want to go changing anything because he's halfway through it. Imagine all your tracks sound different now because you... But yeah, drop signal. And we traced that to Tin Whiskers. So if you have a look here, look, this is the beauty of the Sony, champions. Couldn't do this with the Panny Boy. See those tiny little hairs growing out of the pot casing? Little spikes. You can just barely see them right there at the focus point, and this aperture was closed down quite a bit too. It was only handheld. But see those tiny little whiskers hairs growing out at the back of that pot casing? Well, they're on the inside of the pot casing too. And because it's in low-level signal area and not high voltage, if it was anywhere near high voltage, they'd just blow themselves clear. You can see a few growing out there too. They tend to grow out wherever there's stresses in the metal. So wherever there's like a bend, like you see, they often grow around the edge. You see the little whiskers there? Looks almost like, I don't know, fiberglass or something. Enhance. Alex gets the... Alex Clockman gets the comment of the stream there. That's a Broken Lizard reference from Super Troopers. Enhance. And then Brian Cox goes off at him. I think there's another photo here. So that was cutting off the signal. Yeah, you can see a little more detail. See how long they are? You can sort of just make out that one all the way out here. And there's another one that comes all the way out here. So they will cut off the signal. So this one was increasing in, you know, noise floor as you turn the volume up. But that's a shit photo. But what was happening was the tin whiskers was shorting out to the input of the wafer. There we go, that's a good one. So blasting it with compressed air and giving them a clean multiple times over and over again, got rid of them and cleared the fault. And I looked like a genius. So you'll bring that amp back and we'll do some more. Oh, that's a good one. See that shit? Just looks like, I don't know what, it looks like spider webs, eh? But see how they're all dead straight? That's actually a crystal of tin extruding itself from the metal, and they're actually not 100% sure why it happens. It's not fully understood. This is time to get a new camera now. I've got to upgrade mine, yeah. Just, sometimes feels a bit wasteful to spend money on cameras and stuff, but at the end of the day, I've destroyed and ruined my hobby by turning it into a job, so now cameras are my hobby. And I'm fucked if I'm ever going to be a photographer, so, yeah. Oh, there's the replacement opto coupler. See, even that, look how zoomed in we are. And that's the actual camera, that's the actual image. You can make out faults in solder connections and all sorts of shit. It's great. So that was the last weakest link in the chain in the Mesa Boogie M2000 basis head. Got all the other functions working because we replaced the digital logic chips which do the foot switching and channel switching and feature switching. The one feature that wasn't working was the tube high gain option, and it's a really good sounding amp, as silly as the design is. That last problem was down to that opto coupler not working, even though it was getting voltage, and even though the junction was testing okay, the photo transistor, the LED was not producing light internally, so it wasn't switching it. So here's a Fender that just came in. Typical, like this is a USA Fender, and just look at the shit wiring. They don't bother shrinking the heat shrink. Everything's just tack soldered, excess wire. A lot of the stuff, like they hadn't filled the eyelet. It was just like barely touching before they soldered it, and the solder had gone. Oh, that's the thumbnails from the video. The video's doing really well, actually. Oh, there's my ramen from the other day. Cool. Thumbnails. Oh, there was a cap on something or other. Been through 3 other techs and they hadn't discovered that. Oh, that was that basis, the Mesa basis thing as well. Because the relay for the speaker switching wasn't switching within time, and it was switching in and out erroneously. Due to that timing cap there. Been through 3 other techs, and they must all, well, yeah, they cut stuff and resolder stuff. They must all have their blinkers on, bro. Anyway, you saw that one. Oh, that's how you know the difference between real and fake Ernie ball strings at the moment. The real ones have got a product code on the inside, because the fakies are getting better and better at looking the same as the outside. There's a Mesa I did recently. 84, same year as me. Oh, there was the Mesa basis. They use, I've never seen this in any other brand other than Mesa. So cheap. Such cheap ass fucks. They use 0.01 millimeter thick Captain tape as the thermal insulator. And of course, any imperfections or any speck of anything on there, and it's going to bite through and short out your output stage. That, and they use, see the discoloration on those resistors there. They're the source resistors for the MOSFET output stage, so I replaced them with some metal, wire wound, and rebuilt that area. So ridiculous. Oh yeah, using my new ultrasonic on guitar parts. Just throw the bloody everything in there, bridge and all, and dip it in some, soak it in some, what do you guys call it, naphtha afterwards to displace the moisture after blasting it with compressed air. That's what it looked like before it went in. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's what the bridge looked like before the ultrasonic cleaner, and I just dumped it straight in, didn't take anything apart or anything, and that is how it looked after it. So yeah, she's got some purposes, that little choocher. There's a recent refret I did. And now we're going back to old photos you've probably already seen. That was prior to the refret. And that's after the refret. Stainless steel. Anyway, back to the topic on hand. Made some impressive capital investments. Yeah, tell the missus that. Actually, no, she really likes the ultrasonic because she can clean the jewelry with it. If she can't directly use one of my purchases, it's worthless to her. She's like that with the coffee machine. Until I started making her a cup of coffee every morning, and she was suddenly cool with it. Plugged in, turned on, yep. Oh, there we go. Screen brightness just went away for a bit. Didn't know about the fake Ernie Ball. Oh, yeah, there's millions of fake strings out there. Ernie Ball, Elixir, Dario. Tax deduct indeed. Deduct everything. I deduct going to the fucking brewery for a beer in the Arvo, mate. However, I'm not doing that at the moment because it's bloody dry July, isn't it? Oh, Michelle's watching. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. What are you doing? You should be at work by now. It's going to be my new side hustle. Yeah, so apparently, how much do they charge, woman? Sorry, I call Michelle woman. That's our thing. How much do they charge per piece of joinery? Jewelry? Fucking hell. Need to go back to bed. I thought not drinking would make me, like, smarter. I think it makes me dumber. So, yeah, I'm on dry July. The old dry July. Which is, it's actually pretty impressive for an Australian, believe it or not. I know Americans don't drink anywhere near as much as we do. Look at that. Oh. How easy that came out with that massive desolder tip. Bang, bang, bang. So yeah, for an Aussie to not drink is actually quite a feat. $55 a piece, Jesus. You could do 20 in there in one go. You could collect the whole town's bloody jewelry and do them all in one hit. Okay, so that's actually snapped one of the terminals off. So that would have been having some serious signal issues there. So where'd that go? I went in the tip. Just check it's not going to block it. Ooh, I think I can see something in there too. Uh-oh. I'll just take that out because getting stuff stuck in there can be a real pain in the ass. Because the problem is it cools off real quick. So I'm going to have to do this quick. Poke it out. Well, it's still hot. Hey, there we go. Good stuff. Something working for once. Pretty crazy that when I was a toddler, Pace made the same tool that they do now. The little tweezer screwdrivers. Exactly the same. Second of 3 client pickups today. Waiting for one more. It's yet other techs, Lyle, Frankie, everyone else here who's a tech. There's nothing quite like that feeling when the last client of the day picks up their device and you're free for the rest of the afternoon, eh? Especially if it's late and it's a hot day. And you just get to relax after that. It's a big load off your shoulders. Gonna say something else then. Right, Jalco. We probably don't have the actual Jalco, but I'm pretty sure I've got some rip-offs, which are just as good. I mean, you've seen how shit the Jalco ones are. So this is the 3 in line with no stabilizer. 3 in line. Shit, we're not out of luck here, are we? No, I might have to cut a leg off. Oh no! Let's see these ones. So the fakies are better than the Jelcos. You see these ones? They've got 2 legs at the back, and the Jelco's only got the one. Excuse my manky fingers. Like I say, dehydrated from paint thinners and shit. So the fakies are actually better quality. Plus they've got a metal insert there. Which probably just goes missing anyway. But so we'll have to cut one of them off. But that would actually serve as a stabilizer, because all the pins in line means that it's not going to offer any lateral stabilization. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? What do we got there? What do we have here? So that's goes to audio ground. So we'll have to cut that off because I'm worried it might scrape through if we just fold it over. It might scrape through the... No, we could fold it over. I'll fold it over because it could be holding on to some other elements inside there. And if we cut it, it could affect the integrity of those elements. So if we do that, see it's got the foot there and it clears the solder mask anyway. So I think that will do it fine. So what are we talking about? We're talking about wick. Don't use Chemwick. What do I use? Tektronix. Wick. Oh, Panny boy. You're doing your old tricks. That's what I use. It's got a lot of rosin in it, which is great. Especially if you want to play the fiddle. I tried a bunch of them and none of them had enough wick in them. I was going to do dry... Oh, sorry, Peter. I'm not really reading the messages a lot today because I'm so busy. I was going to do dry July, but my prostate PSA was way up, and they want me in for an expected MRI. So bought 2 bottles of Woodstock 1 litre bourbon, just to forget about it. Eh? Good to see you're health oriented there, Peter, and take care of yourself, mate. So that and my GMD 40 blowing up is me not in a good space. Look, if you can get it to me, Peter, you can post it to me if you want. Just make sure you pack it really, really good. And chuck some... no, don't do that. Getting the back cover off on that thing's a pain in the ass from memory. But yeah, I'll get to it when I can. But a Grandmeister... No, Tubemeister... 36, just 36? 18? I don't even know. Tubemeister 36 just came in. However, going off the customers' reports, it sounds like that is simply a tactile switch issue. Because the power switching works fine with the foot switch, but not with the front panel switches. It's a bit bent on it. There we go, we've got one imposter. And the rest are Jelcos. What I will do is just make sure it's seated against the... That's going to be lead free. So I'll just get my lead free solder. Just make sure it's seated against the board before we let it go. Now I'm saying? What's the engineer's sucker? Brad, no, you told me you have a contact here. Oh, that's right. I can't remember who's doing what, Peter. There's so many people contacting me about random shit. I can't remember anything at the moment. I'm sorry. Now, what did I come over here for? Oh, yeah. So this is, I think I've showed you before, but this is the sucker that I use. Goot GS100. Made in Nihon. But even this, the little solder clearer sometimes pushes the tip off. You got to pop it on the bench every now and then. But yeah, it's pretty good. It's large capacity, so it packs a punch for larger solder joints. But still, no comparison to wick or a desolder gun when it comes to getting every little last bit of it off. Got to order some more leaded solder. I've been using lead free for everything because I work on a lot of modern gear. I want to go back to a vintage amp. I go back to leaded 6040 or whatever it is. And yeah, bloody almost run out. I've got a backup roll of the stuff with the flux that I don't like. 362. But yeah, I swore I'd stop using that. It's okay for like pristine stuff, like brand new boards and shit. Yeah, it's got to be like pristine connections, or it just refuses to wet to the joint. Whereas the 511, the flux is just fucking awesome, just bites through anything. So that's good for manufacturing stuff. Although these days, if I'm building anything, like if I'm making anything, I use lead free. There's nothing wrong with lead free, champions. It's just it doesn't mix well with leaded. So you got to clean off the leaded. There's a lot of lead free solder that gets a bad rap because they use lead free on a lot of shit equipment that wasn't designed well. You got to understand what is causing your issues. You can't go blaming PCBs as a concept because you've got a shitty PCB in front of you. It's not the technology's fault that someone designed it poorly. Changing my name to keep the lead in. Lead-free solder is fantastic, but yeah, you've got to, if you're going to use it, you've got to use it on something that's already got lead-free, or you've got to clean the joint entirely. Pete, it's like you're at the pub with friends. That's the vibe I always went for on this channel. That's why I never got too professional with it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so we've got a different connector for that one, because that's a headphone, is it? Let's just reflow these. Just get them, last pickup done. Fuck yeah, it sounded like a nice speedy one too. I've been having a lot of issues. I don't know if you guys can give me advice. I'm a pretty talkative guy, and when you're in the shop by yourself sometimes, well, that's the whole reason I do the YouTube, yeah. When you're in the shop by yourself, sometimes you can get a bit carried away when someone comes. I don't blame it on them, but sometimes I am sort of trying to give them the just a little hint that, yeah, I got to get back to stuff. But often they just don't respond, and they just keep chatting, and you've got to say, look, I've really got to get back to work. And then they say, oh yeah, but well, I've got you. I just want to pick your brain on this. And then half an hour later, you're still talking to them, and you can't charge them for that time. So I've got to learn how to basically cut off conversations and get back to work, because it's becoming a big cost, like $200-300 a day some days cost if you're going off the hourly rate. Just chatting away when I should be bloody head down, ass up. Let's crank that temp up a little bit since it's lead free. Set a timer, which rings a fake. Yeah, Shell did have to actually give me a decoy ring once. This guy was here for like an hour and a half. Oh, I gotta go. Don't like doing it, but sometimes it's like, man, what do you do? Okay, I'm not happy with those joins at all, so I'm gonna redo them. What I might do, since I'm sucking up a fair volume of solder, I'll do it vertically so I don't block my tube. Because they've cleaned the flux off. It looks like the flux is still on there from the factory actually, so these were probably hand soldered, sorry. Play some music. Well, Lou, I was thinking I'll do the opposite. I'll play some Cradle of Filth or Deicide or something. switch smoke alarm. I'll just play weird music, probably, eh? Play ambient. Yeah, you know what I should play? I do like it. Hiroshi Yoshimura? Is it? Hiroshi Yoshimura. Hiroshi Yoshimura. Yeah. And I do enjoy it, but I can get a lot of other people wouldn't. Because it's sort of new agey, and it rings back to like the wanky new age shops from the 90s. My amp's off. Why has my amp been turning itself off? I'll just enable audio 1 second. Anyway, something like that might work. Nothing clears the room like Nickelback. Well, no, because a lot of my customers like Nickelback. It's a big problem. Big problem. What's my playback? Settings. Oh, jeez. Oh, it's playing on my headphones. Oh, yeah. Sounds like a ringatone. Nokia. Fuck, Nokia was like a monotone thing, man. Why is my earphone connecting to my laptop all of a sudden? Let me just make the Bluetooth forget. No, I might leave it on because that would be handy if I need to show you videos and stuff. I'll leave that on. So I didn't realize that the new earpiece, the new Audio-Technica earphones that I use, Bluetooth, they connect to the phone, but they can connect to other devices at the same time. So I can play stuff from my phone, I can play stuff from my laptop, and that both goes to the earpiece without me having to switch anything, which is kind of handy in one respect, but kind of annoying sometimes when you don't know where the fucking audio is going. I've got to open the shops, 9:02. Which means I'll put on some background music, as we discussed. Got my DB Technologies KL10 there. That's hooked up via Bluetooth to the desktop computer in the office where the magic happens. Oh, speaking of dry July, I like to test myself. Just to, you know, purity test myself from time to time. Make sure I'm, you know, I've got the sauce, as they say. So this turned up the other day. Probably should have waited till after dry July before investing, but Kent Street Sellers had a bit of a special going. Fucking bang. About half the price that you normally get it for. So if you like it, and if you're in Australia, it is one of the best whiskies that exists on the fucking face of the planet. Go to Kent Street Sellers. Free shipping over $200. So 2 of them will get you free shipping. So I'm going to save them, and when I finish dry July and raise some money and hit the target, hopefully, but if I don't, oh well. I'll celebrate with one of them. Oh, here comes. Oh, what was I doing? Opening the shop. Alrighty then. How about we listen to some Pelican again? That was good the other day. Pelican not. No, we'll listen to some Pucifer. Alright, listen to Crowded House. Okay, my computer decided for me. Got some sunshine today, champions. I totally wish I was out there in it. I need some vitamin D. With the rain and wind we've had for the last 3 days. All right, shop's open. Anyone tried the Guinness Zero? I had one last night, Alex. It's good stuff. It's not, you know, doesn't have the mouthfeel and stuff of Guinness, and it's not quite as full tasting, but it's in the ballpark. You know who actually gave me a shout out? Vane Stefana, Australia. They posted my last year's Dry July review of their beer. I wish they'd send me free beer. Maybe they will. I don't know. But yeah, on their Facebook page, they shared my video review from last year. It's bloody expensive, Martin. Hang on, Martin, aren't you over there? Aren't you in Scotland? You the Scottish git? Isn't it cheap as fuck over there? Well, compared to here. Nah, not doing reviews again this year. There's nothing new to review, man. I'm just reviewing the same shit over and over again every year. Might be one or two, but the first year was great because there was so much to explore. But now it's sort of, I've been there, done that. This is really awkward. Let me just find a better way of doing this. All right, let me, because they're attached to a ground plane. All right, I can get some down pressure when I'm sort of got my thumb under it. Under my thumb. You guys heard the pentagram version of Under My Thumb? It's way better than the Rolling Stones. But I'm biased. 60%. What a song. Not like you're doing it for your health. Not really. I haven't felt any different, to be honest. Probably have like 1 or 2 beers a night on average. They should send you all. They should send you near beers to try, as it's for charity. Well, non-alcoholic beer's healthy. It's just like tea, really, isn't it? But what I might do is when we break Dry July, got to get the lads together and do a bloody brewery crawl video. Funny fuckers they are. Might be a bit X-rated, like, you know, with the chat content, whatever. But might be good for a members-only video. Don't want non-members to have their delicate, you know, sensitivities poked and prodded. Did quoting until about 10 PM last night. It got to the point where I had to watch back my own videos to remember what I even have to do to the amp. So that's another reason why I do the live streams, to remember what to charge people. I just don't have time to write notes. Don't have time to do anything. Barely have time to take a shit these days. He adds more swearing. Yeah, always Ted. Always, mate. All I'm saying to these people who get very upset about me swearing on live stream, just don't come to Australia, alright? You might have a heart attack. Made in China. Alright, that's feeling a lot more solid as I'm doing them now, so I think they'll have half a chance of hanging on. $84 viewers. How you going, legends? Any new viewers today? Don't be afraid to shout out. Say g'day. Meet the legends. Not me, the people in chat. Do you have something to say about one of our legends? But he's not here yet. He might be here on the next live stream. See you, Lyle. Take it easy. Martin. Let me just go back. You said you're in Scotland, was it? No, didn't answer. It used to be, but it's shot up in price. Yeah, it has shot up in price. So it's shot up everywhere, has it? Because it's hard to tell in Australia because they keep increasing the fucking tax on whiskey and everything. I think they think it's going to stop us from drinking, but it just makes us more broke. But yeah, has that been from the distillery, has it? Those price increases as well. Because yeah, last I remember you are from Scotland. Is that correct, Martin? Or am I getting you mixed up with someone else? Just give that ground connector a bit more jam, help her out. Don't want to force anything. Even with through plated holes, you can rip the plating out pretty easily. It's a many good reason our cameras are off. Well, if I had time, we could do Discord chats after, but I'm too busy, bro. I've got a fucking pretend job. When you got a pretend job, you've got to work twice as hard as someone who's got a real job, because they just get paid almost no matter what happens. When you got a pretend job, you got to work your ass off just to get anything paid. Had another job that came in. Ugh, man, people beg. They beg to have their shit fixed. Oh, please, you got to look at it. Oh, come on. Oh, no, I really love it. Oh, come on. So I've fixed this fucking thing. And now it's got another issue. And oh, hasn't the character changed now that, you know, I told them I really don't want to work on it because they're not reliable. Oh, yeah, but it's been really good, you know, and if anything happens, we'll understand. Now it's like, got a bit of noise in one channel and it's like, you said you fixed it. Oh, geez. How the fucking tables have turned now that, you know, you've forgotten all the shit I said when you fucking dropped it off. So, yeah, we've got another piece of shit that I should have said no to. I'm just... Do not bring Behringer here. Do not bring cheap shit here. I'm not looking at it. Like, I don't care. Just as soon as there's any issues due to it being a piece of shit, they'll just try and blame it on me. So to other techs out there, just put your foot down on that shit. Say nope. If you don't want to listen to me and you won't take what I say for, you know, the rules, you can leave. Because is fixing cheap shit and then expecting free fixes forever because it's a pile of shit and other stuff's gone wrong with it. Or because, oh, you looked at it last. The same old fucking story. Just don't go down that road. Just say, nope, it's disposable. Throw it in the bin. See ya. I want that sucker Brad's using so bad. I'll desolder everything in the whole house. It's like a kid that gets a new tool. They just don't, like, worst thing you can do is give an inquisitive kid, well, the best and worst thing you can do is give an inquisitive kid like a tool set, like it's got screwdrivers and shit, because they just take everything apart. All my tech buddies started off in the same way. Take apart the bloody remote control, not realise that all the buttons are individual membranes and they all fall out and you can't figure out how to put them back in, so it just goes into the drawer in pieces. And yeah, when all you've got's a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail, they say. So I don't have a great way of testing this. What you can do, you can literally plug into the trigger inputs and just play guitar, I think, because it's a high impedance input, expecting to see a piezo input or piezo element. So you just give it a little signal and you should be able to trigger some output and just determine that everything works, because the main issue was the left-hand output, but like I say, we're just reflowing all of these so we can push them down against the board hard, and it's got fresh solder on there. I tried to use the old solder, but it started going real crusty. This stuff's fantastic, and it's got, I think, 2% silver, which really, really helps it flow. But it also makes it about 130 bucks a roll. I broke like 3 toilets before I was 4-year-old, constantly opening them up to see how they worked. Wasn't quite strong enough to carry the lid. So you picked up the cistern lid and then you dropped it on the ground and smashed because it's ceramic. Just lost another guitar pick, plectrum. Fuck, that reminds me, I've got to order more. Some of my gauges have run out on the little rack over there. They all end up in my little coin pocket. Got various different gauges in there at the moment. So my guitar will trigger the V drum sounds. Yeah, it can if you just plug into the trigger input. All it's looking for is a signal. And then that talks to the brain box. There goes a roll. That green looks really dull. It's not rendering properly. I think I need to change my white balance. Saturation. Looks desaturated. It's a real bright green for that roll, and that looks like a pale, almost like an army green. I'll do that later. Yes, Brad, 70 plus guitar player who was collecting guitars back in the 70s. I've had them all. I can tell you, I had some great Hendrix and Clapton stories. Really? Took my mum's rented TV apart. Got it back together. She had to get the man out to stop it rolling. Oh, is that like the old, the vertical sync was playing up? Rightio. Let's get another one of these connectors. Just make sure I get the right one. It's tricky with these things. You can fix them, but being schools and churches that use them, it's pretty unlikely they're going to last in the long term unless you do something pretty dramatic to make sure they're stronger than they started off, but the cost can blow out pretty quick when you start doing that. Just flimsy stuff, mate. You got to be careful with it. About 6 years old when you got your first shock. Can't remember how old I was. Well, I discovered that if you got like a 12-volt transformer, because I built like kits and stuff, and had lots of just bare transformers floating around, and I discovered that if you touch a 9-volt to the transformer while someone else touches the leads, you can give them a shock, and I took one to school and was shocking people with it. So I guess that would have been the first shock. But the first hit from the mains, I was in my 20s, I think. It wasn't early on, because I mainly did low voltage stuff like pedals and that up until sort of my early 20s. So I started fucking around with valve amps. Before that, it was all sort of hi-fi and guitar pedals. Alright, so I just bent the terminals over a little. Happy days. So yeah, that's feeling a lot firmer on all those jacks now. We'll just inspect it otherwise. A little bit dusty. Let's get my static brush. Wherever it is. This has got carbon bristles. So it's likely to build up static. Very important for digital stuff. And my grey mat under here is a static dissipative mat, which is also plugged into the ground connection on one of my nearby mains outlets, just so we don't shock any semiconductors. Mainly just a bit of dust around where the controls were, those switches and stuff. A bit of dust leaks in. A 50mm pick. Just playing with a brick. I think he means 0.50. Just at a rough guess. Alright, let's get this thing back together and fuck it off. A little bit of shmoo collecting. Let's do a bit of de-shmooing. Anything in reach of kids is going to get shmooified. Kids are just little shmoo magnets. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't bought a Dunlop pick for like last 20 years, 10 years maybe, but still got a bunch floating around. Oh, there's our local currency. Oh fuck, that's the first one I've seen with a king on it. King Charles III. Yeah, looks just as flattering as you'd expect. Look how far back we've gone in terms of like coin making. Look how detailed the queen is. From that's even 2005. Look at the hair and the crown. Look how detailed it is. Then you look at the new one. It just looks like a bloody blobfish. $2. The Southern Cross. You got old mate there. Not sure who that is. What have we got here? World War 1930. Sorry, trying to frame it. 1935, 1943 World War peace. Okay. Old mate's dancing, so I guess that's when the war finished. He is a bit of a blob. Sausage fingers McGee. Old Charlie boy. Oh, yes. Have you guys seen The Crown, that cartoon? It looks a bit like Family Guy. It is funny as fuck. Mummy! I don't know if it's still on. Living here in NZ, $2 a large, one larger than $1. Yeah, it's the other way around here. It is stupid. I'll agree. Because bigger is more like better, right? Everyone knows that. I captured him faithfully. Old Charlie boy. Just cleaning the finger cheese off the switch. Could just throw the thing in the ultrasonic, but it does have a pot still attached, so I don't really want to take that off. We're already spending too much time on it how it is. Like I say, champions, once you got the ultrasonic, you just want to use it for everything. Alright, let's reconstruct this chooch. Yeah, I guess like when you look at it, like the more expensive one's rarer, right? So it's smaller. It's like gold's expensive, but there's fuck all of it. Well, there's probably heaps of it, but I think it's the same alloy. I'm not sure. Might be different. A prince? No, he's the king now, bro. Not that he does fuck all, but may as well not exist. Alrighty, we've got our two ones with the washer. Hang on. Oh yeah, that's going to reach. Could be a nice boy, and change out their backup battery for them while we're here, before it leaks. Yeah, they get a little fee every time a transaction takes place when they're Sound is back. Thank you. Where's the sound? There's no sound. This is a bit where everyone panics until the fucking stream catches up. It's okay. You can do without me talking shit for 5 minutes. That took CR2032 out of the mic. Well, actually would have been dead a lot earlier if it had one of them in it. I don't believe. God, Crowded House, amazing band. Yeah, I'm getting the I've got the new Rode plug-in, which has got automatic censorship. So it just mutes everything I say. I'm getting somewhere. So what's the story with Morning Glory? No, what's the story with Neil Finn being in Fleetwood Mac? Is that still a thing? Or is that done? Because, you know, like Lindsey Buckingham had issues with his... you know what? I think I'm going to change that other output jack too. I know I'm backtracking, but it looks stupid having just the left-hand one with the gold. Let's change the other one anyway, because it does cop it a bit as well. Thanks for the live stream, Brad. Always admire your skills and the way you present your knowledge. Thank you, Martin. A lot of people don't. Get a lot of hate mail. One fucking tosser. I think I told you about him last stream. But he said, I'm not going to stop making your life hell until you take this video down. I'm like, I don't care, mate. You can do whatever you want. I'll just laugh at you. The more you try, the more it's funny. So weird. Fuck, people are weirdos. I think they just get home and they get drunk and they turn on YouTube and then just want to be angry at something. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Because it's not a reasonable way for a person to act. Pretty sure most of the people who have aggressively gone after me have been probably unhappy alcoholics. Because they always comment, they always come through at like night time in Australia. What does that tell you? I'm not telling you what video he's talking about. I'm not letting you go brigade him. Anyway, I probably blocked him because he was a weirdo. But it's always about some product that they undoubtedly have and that I have a less than glowing review of. It's always that. It's just every time it's the same thing. No, this is the best product ever made because I bought one and I want to be told I'm a smart boy. Come on, you fucker. I'm a happy guy as long as I don't deal with people. Well, probably should address that. Come on, you fucker. It's not getting the last bit of solder. Alright, one more. Since it is the second most used jack in the whole thing. That one. Sooner the better now. Where's that guy that had an issue with me 3D printing stand? I was just like, no, you can't do that because it requires starting a new hobby. Yeah, I don't know, man. Look, I know my viewership. You're all raging alcoholics. That's why I always angry. I'm proud of you. Maintain your age and enthusiasm. Oh, that looks better having the left and the right. I think the Neofin Fluke Mac thing was for a one-off. Ah, okay. Yeah, Mike Campbell. Really? Reddit guys lurched into rationality a few times. Said tech see flaws more than glorious products. A few guys defended Brad and Lyle. I was shocked. Yeah. Someone said I was paid by CNN because I reviewed a Ukrainian amp. Like what kind of fucking psychosis do you have to be in to think that? CNN? Since when the fuck? I won't go down that road. I'm fucking way further left than CNN. If you want the truth. Everyone gets upset when you don't have the same politics as them too. Well, welcome to the fucking world. Hey, I'm an awesome drunken keyboard warrior, but I always apologise if I'm wrong. If someone is upset with me, it's usually cultural because I'm an Aussie and they're not. Yes, I live in New Zealand these days. Oh, that's right, you're in New Zealand, Pete. Forgot that. Because you used to be out west, didn't you? Get in my belly. Yeah, I mean, I thought that crab amp was pretty cool. Like I said, I didn't like that flimsy wiring, and I wasn't compliant with the main safety thing. But fuck, what amp is these days, eh? It's only the major ones that import amps that actually stick to the compliance laws. Everyone else just ignores them. All the boutique amps are wired wrong. Every single fucking one of them. I don't think I've ever seen one that's not, except for like the guys that actually pay for certification, like Dave and John Sir. All the little cowboy shows, they don't even give it a consideration. Somehow they don't understand that they're breaking the law. But anyway, the law's just like a guide these days, isn't it? Alrighty then, in you go, little boardy board. Just reattach that switch. It did have its own connector. I could have just disconnected it at the PCB end, but I didn't see that till I flipped the board. Silly duffer I am. Gotcha. Alright, got a little standoff of lines. Nice satisfying click. What we want. Now these screws are longer. It's hard to call someone a dickhead in Australian while typing in English. What? Piece of piss, what do you mean? Peter Kiwi. Yeah, he's not Kiwi. He's just an Aussie in Kiwi land. It's pretty cool that there's a Kiwi emoji, though. I didn't realise that. That's pretty cool. Do they have a Kiwi bird emoji? I'd like to, it'd be nice if I could assign emojis to people. I'd give him a Kiwi one. That could be misused rather easily though, so probably a good thing that feature doesn't exist. Right, before we fully reassemble it, let's just check everything's alright. Just get some screws in there to maintain a little bit of, oh, camera's down, camera's gone. And just get another battery. I still haven't got the power supply, as I mentioned. These are the fakey batteries too. I've got my GH5 at home's got the good batteries, so, because like I say, I was going to sell this one. And we're back. Time for bed. You bloody go and have a nice sleep there, mate. Is it hot in Scotland too? You can use fair dinkum in a sentence. What? Yeah. Don't you know how to, Joy Buzzer? So you tell me how you think fair dinkum's supposed to be used in a sentence, and I'll let you know if you're right or wrong. All right? All right. Let's see if we've got signal. What do I need? Power supply. Customer didn't give me one, but I'll just power it with the bench supply, which I prefer doing anyway, because it means you can eliminate one more potential issue. Come on, Joy Buzzer. How do you use fair dinkum? Ooh. This is a traditional polarity, not the negative center. So we'll go to line on. I want to test what it is, so I'll just unplug it first. 12 volt. And we've got boot up. All right, I'll give you guys a signal line. Just go unbalanced. Probably should, well, I think they're unbalanced anyway. Might be balanced. There are 3 conductors there. Lead's not long enough. I'll just get a balanced one, see if that works. It'll work either way. Like 4 seasons in one day. What key am I in? Laptop is finally online. What, you reboot or something, did you? Oop, pop, click. All right, what are we going to feed it with? You know what I could do? I could feed it with a pulse from the signal generator, so we can repeatedly trigger it. So let's try that, because the new signal generator has the ability to do pulses. That's fun. It sucks he lost his save presets when you took out the battery. I don't care about that. It's all in the terms and conditions of a repair. I can't do my job without it, so it's your problem, not mine, if you don't back it up beforehand. What I might do is just plug it in and just check our levels and stuff. It's going to be a relatively low level pulse, not the standard fucking 5 volts peak to peak. I'll change that to say 200 millivolts peak to peak. 200 millivolts burst. Actually, we could probably just go pulse, offset, 0, duty. Let's go 1%. Why'd that end up in a fucked up number? Okay, so the shortcomings of the operating system in this thing are becoming clear. Okay. Let's change the frequency to 1 hertz. Is this going to work? Sounds like it. You can hear that, the pulse. Nah, that's not how you use it, Lou. Sorry. Chat must be slow. No, I probably just missed it. So, a good example would be the fucking copper just gave me a ticket for jaywalking. Is he fair dinkum? That'll be a good example. Snare. What do you know? Volume. Give it some more signal. There we go. Shit, just went too high. All right, that's working, isn't it? Let me just unmute it. I've got to listen back to see if it works. There you go. You can hear it, but I can't. All right, we'll go the, I'll just get, need my earphones. One sec. All right, happy days. That's pretty cool, using the pulse generator on the signal Jenny to trigger it. Never done that before. Lawnmower. Checking. Yeah, you feel like you're doing a line check, eh, Dustin? Right, kick. Floor tom. Righto. All right, let's stitch this thing back together and move on. Sounds right for a cheap little thing, eh? It's Yamaha, so it's got the Yamaha engine. For a sampled kit anyway. That'll pay for some whiskey. It will in a month. Not much good to me at the moment. I need to put some more hooks up here. Maybe I need to do a run across the door or something. I've got too many cables. Well, no, I've got just enough cables, but too much for the room. All right. Do a screw count. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'll put screws in where I don't need to because they're that's why the screw count's off. It fixes through the bottom cover. Yeah, about 150, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. About an hour. More down here hiding away. Yeah, well, it wasn't cracked solder joints in this case. It was the actual jack had fallen apart and broken its lead. It's silly that they don't mount them with the nuts. See, they're just floating through the chassis. On the higher end models, you see there's a nut. That's another thing. If you are looking for a quality unit, look at the fitting, and just buy the ones that have the nuts actually secured to the chassis. Did you get around to watching that Motorhead video I sent you? Yeah, I think so. I can't remember, man, to be honest. It's been so crazy around here. You probably watched it. It was a good couple of weeks ago, wasn't it, Peter? I tried that alcohol-free whiskey substitute last time, and maybe 2 times ago, 2 years ago, and yeah, it was fucking terrible. I'm not having that stuff again. Just sucks because you're not necessarily after alcohol, just something really strong tasting. So I find myself going for like ramen and stuff, really strong flavors, which is what I do normally, I guess, but more so during dry July. You're looking for that bite. Those Donna's any good? Don't get anything from Donna, man. That's my last advice. I know you're going to do it anyway. I'm so tired of people asking my opinion on what to buy, and they bring up a brand, and then I say, no, don't buy it. And then they fucking buy it, like, instantly, and then bring it to me, like, in a week when it fails. I'm like, what did I tell you? It happens with amps, happens with guitars, strings. Keep telling customers not to buy strings off Amazon, and they do anyway, and then they bring the guitar to me and say, oh, the guitar's fucked. I go, what strings did you put on it? Oh, good ones. They hide it from you, and it's super frustrating because you're just like, dude, tell me the fucking truth, please. And it's like, oh, you You fixed the guitar for me the other week, and now the pickup's not working on one of the strings. I took the strings off, and one of the strings was fucking literally not magnetic. So the pickup wasn't picking up the string because I used fucking Amazon strings and didn't tell me. You pay. You've been without a drink all year long, and boy do I need a drink. Well, it sounds like you don't if you've lasted this long, yeah? Have you got, don't mean to air stuff, but you got problems with that, Admiral? Or can you just have a beer and all will be well? Do you have any thoughts on Lowrance audio speakers? I have sent them emails, one or two. Fuck's sake, these JRC fucking screws, man. I need a proper screwdriver. I can't find a JRC screwdriver anywhere on the face of the fucking planet. Yeah, they make optical pickups, but they sucked. Lowrance made in Australia. Well, the frames are made in Vietnam, I believe, and then they assemble them in Australia, in Melbourne. So I've been meaning to get some. I've been discussing some pricing with them because when I manufacture my own amps, I want to try and get as much Australian-made stuff in it as possible. Chinese alcohol starts with M. Chinese alcohol starts with M. I don't know what you're talking about, Peter. I photograph all guitars that come into my shop. I've been accused of scratches. Yeah, the owner claims wasn't there before it arrived. I've been pretty lucky with that so far, but I've heard horror stories off other techs when people just try to pin stuff on you that... I mean, we do it all day. We've got a clear setup area. I think all you can really do is show them your setup area, and when it's really neat and clear and organized, just say, dude, I pull it out of the case. It goes directly on the bench onto a padded mat. But taking photos doesn't really help either unless you take it, unless you literally take photos of it while they're standing there and make them fucking sign off on the photos, like what that you could have just taken them later, you know, like they'll have an excuse for everything. Oh, you could have taken it later. Well, look at the metadata on the photo. It says it's taken then. Yeah, but you could have scratched it before you took it, you know, like, oh, but you could have changed the date on the camera and like the metadata would show that, you know, they'll have an answer for everything. It's pretty simple. You pay the bill or you don't get your guitar back. If you want to do that, you can find another tech forever. All right. There's the bits. Put that in a bag. Stick it in the storeroom, ready for pickup. Yeah, it's bright yellow sign behind me, that's right. What's next? Orange. L'orange. Don't buy or even try that overhaul overpress. So ChatGPT says it sounds like you might be talking about Mutai. You're the one that brought it up, Peter. What are you talking about? Stop trying to confuse me, man. I'm confused enough at any given time. Oh, did I show you these? I can't remember. I probably did. Got the 50 watt FYM boards in. get out of the way. Let me just get organised first. It's stressing me out. Yeah, just got the 50 watt ones in. Just makes it easier for people that are ordering the board to get the right board with no confusion. This one goes for one model, the other one goes for one model, the other one goes for one model. So you got the DSL50, the DSL100, the TSL100. Brad GPT's buffering. What's new? So I'll get them underway because there's been plenty of requests for the 50 watt version as well. And you can just depopulate the outer two sockets, but I think it's nicer to have a dedicated board for it. It makes ordering simpler. You want a Brad amp? Well, one of these days, buddy. I do enjoy designing things more than anything else at the moment, so it'll happen one day because I tend to gravitate towards the things I enjoy. Kind of obvious. I'll listen back, but... Oh, you're telling me... Oh, you couldn't remember. Okay. I think I know the stuff you're talking about. It tastes... It's like known as one of the worst tasting spirits known to man. I didn't think it was Chinese, though. I thought it was... It was like Russian or some shit. Yeah, it does start with an M, doesn't it? I think I know what you're talking about now, Peter. Probably just Google, no need for Chat GPT. Just Google worst tasting liquor. Malort. Jeppson's Malort. Described as reminiscent of pencil shavings and heartbreak. Yeah, it's from Chicago. Okay. Jeppson's Malort. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce it. It's got umlaut. Jeppson's Malort. Malute. I don't know. Type of Branven flavored. Old Nordic term for distilled liquor generally from potatoes, grain, or formerly wood cellulose. Fucking making it from wood. Jesus. You fucking scraping the bottom of the barrel there, fellas. I guess ethanol's ethanol though, eh? Wormwood. Chemicals. Explainably low in... Jesus, there's all sorts of words here I've never heard before. Known for its extremely bitter taste, Malort has been described as infamous, the worst booze ever. It can be found in some Chicago area bars and liquor stores, and is growing in popularity. Sales of it's growing in popularity with sales of shots increasing from 0.4 million to 7.9 million in 2022. So it's what they're telling us by that is it's a rite of passage. You know, oh, fucking drink this. And watch people having a fucking vom in the back alley. Yeah, no time for that. You could be consuming something nice. You've only got one life, so... The problem I've got, Peter, with ChatGPT is every single time I've used any AI platform and looked for any information at all, I know what the answer is, but I know what the answer should be. I know I'm looking for details, and often it's just so far off the mark, it's not even in the fucking ballpark. I was looking up the other day. Something with Premiere Elements or Premiere Pro, and it gave me the complete wrong answer. Didn't understand even anything what I was talking about, because all it's doing is looking up forums where other clueless people are talking about the same problem that they got no clue about. And it's returning that data. It's fucking stupid. It's dumb and it's a waste of time. Will never be a substitute for experienced professionals, champions. So pay them well and they will forever be at your service. Yeah, so I checked this one out a couple of weeks ago. It's I'm massively behind schedule, but it's time to get it happening. So, had a blown HT fuse, one buggered EL84, but it's also got like 470 ohms on the grids, which is a big no-no with modern EL84. So I'm going to upgrade them to like 1.5K. There's no need for them to be 5 watt either. I miss the Netscape Alta Vista days, eh? Oh, Penny Boy's struggling to focus on black. Can focus on a freckle. So the board's got to come out because the boards are the resistors are those types with the leads exiting the bottom. So you can see some, you can access them, but the one we're after, one of them anyway. Let me just pull up the tiny Terra schematic because there's no dark Terra schematic as far as I know, as far as I'm aware. Oh man, how have I already had like 50 emails today? Fuck me. Oh, it looks like I just bought a TSL 100 head because the guy doesn't want to go ahead with it and he just wants to sell it as is. Now we'll go into the rental amp shelf. I'm going to start renting amps because everyone's got a gig. Everyone's always got a gig this weekend that they need their amp back for. So if they actually do, don't just want their amp back because they're panicking, they can rent one off me. So I'll have a TSL 100, DSL 100, DSL 50, Fender Hot Rod Deluxe, Vox AC 15 hand wired for rent. Should at least get the load off the lead times a little bit. People want stuff turned around within 2 days when I've got a queue 100 amps long or 50 amps, 50 guitars long. Alta Vista was the shit, yo. Paid for Netscape Navigator, yeah. Developer subscription. You're a real hacker. Alright, I'll just check this thing for voltage. I'm pretty sure I didn't even fire it up last time. So it's got bleeder resistors. There wouldn't be any residuals, but we'll just check to be super safety Steve. 0.000 volts. That's just the girls next door. Thought someone was trying to bring another amp in, shove up my ass. Alright. Secondaries. Ooh, they're pretty long. Primary, sorry. Should be able to disconnect the pilot lights. Clear those terminals. Just looking at what's got to come out. What do we have slack on? What don't we have slack on? We can disconnect the quick connects up this end. And here's the hook type. Yep. So you got to be careful with these ones because they do have a little release catch. So often people force them and then pull a wire out the end of the quick connect. You see, there's a little tab in there. It actually relies on pliers to grip it before it lets go of the terminal. They can still be loose and not have great continuity, but see, it's got a little nipple there that goes into the hole in the spade connector. So you got to have a look at them up close before you go pulling the wire out of the end of the quick connect. Oh, Penny Boy's focusing all right. It'd be great if it was the lens that kept the same focus no matter what the focal length. But you're talking big bickies for one of them. I do have one of them at home, but it's only 12 to 60. This is 12 to 200. Just discovered this channel. Well, thanks for bloody joining us, Maestro. How you going? How long have you been missing out on these streams? Well, since about 2018, something like that. I think I started doing them. They've increased in quality in the last few years. I did them pretty guerrilla style for a while there, both in my countenance as well as the production quality. All right, 11 mil. 11 mil? 11 mil. 10 mil. Got a Univox bass behind me over here. Bloody pickups failed. So that's a bit of a pain in the ass because it's one of those Hofner ones. So you're pretty much stuck to either rewinding it, which would cost more than the pickup's worth, probably the guitar's worth, or just get a cheapie off eBay. So I think that's the only option. I've done that before and it works. I think it's no worse quality than the ones that are already in there. Well, that's weird. Look at this down here. Huh. It's like they've used spade connectors, which is fucking dumb. See, this is why it's not that all techs are negative, it's that amp manufacturers continually do dumb shit. So see that? They've used 3 spade connectors to direct the wiring. Metal things with a wire shoved in between them and some glue. Like, what the fuck? That's going to break through and they're all connected to the ground plane. Then you got heater to ground short. Fuck. Where does this one go? That's the speaker outlet. Negative feedback. Negative feedback? No, that's a ground for the speakers. So that's, still not great, but it's just a dumb way of doing it. That's not what they're fucking designed for. Use a cable tie, drill a hole, or put a fucking screw there or something with a... Anyway. So yes, we are always negative, but we'd stop being negative if we stopped seeing dumb shit every single fucking job. Yeah, they're everywhere now, I'm looking. We've got these bloody spade connectors everywhere to... Using them as shielding too. Look down here, I think they're using it to shield these 2 caps. You got 2 like pushed over. Looks like it's shielding this area from over here. Man, that's silly. Orange, you're one of the good ones. I've got a message. That's alright. Talk to you later. Alright. So, refresh. What are we doing, champions? We're changing the 2 screen grid resistors and putting the board back in. We're inspecting the other side of the board while we're at it. We're looking for my tweezers. Just checking everything while I'm in here because these are a bit flimsy, being at the bottom end of their budget range. Downloading OBS. Look out, Andy's doing live streams. That's an 11mm. So I still haven't analysed the difference between the dark terror and the normal tiny terror. I'm assuming it's all just front end value differences, but could be wrong. As far as I know, there's no dark terror schematic out there. There's only the tiny terror. Power comes on, but tubes won't light up. Have you got another message, Goody Guitars, or is that just like, is that your whole context that you're offering and expecting an answer? No offense, fella, but we're going to need a bit more info than that. You're like one of the customers sending me an email. My amp won't work. What wrong? How much? What? Fuck off. Ding ding. We're in. Like Flynn, they say. In like Flynn. You know where that saying comes from? I don't know. Do you guys say that over there? In like Flynn? Okay, so pin 9, 470 ohm. You've got a 1... No, wait. 470. That goes to pin 9. So you've got two 470 ohm screen grid resistors. You've got 150 ohm screen node dropper. You've got 150 ohm something to ground. That'll be your cathode resistor. All right, because it's cathode bias. So right. So summary for anyone watching this, trying to figure out this amp layout. That's your screen node dropper, choke substitute. That's your two screen grid resistors, and there's your cathode resistor from the cathodes of the EL84s. Went to say 34. Just looking for a shot in the dark. Well, you got that. Like I played the guitar for this girl to try to impress her, and she told me to get lost. Do you think it could be a filter cap? What amp, man? What's the amp? What's the amp? What's the context? Is it producing signal? What's it doing? Tell me everything. From the start. Tell me the whole story. I can't pass what you're saying without accurate info. Where's my magical solder? There's the last of the roll. Yeah, it's Australian actor Errol Flynn. The whole thing is he was very promiscuous, and he was a suave, attractive MF. Looked a bit like my grandfather, actually. Unfortunately, I didn't get those genes. He kept his hair all the way through chemotherapy, and fuck, I couldn't even keep it through my 20s. So yeah, he was a Tasmanian, was he? Right. So in like Flynn, I think they're just talking about you're in with some chick because you're Errol Flynn. So you're in like Flynn. And you end up with all sorts of STIs and shit though. That's the flip side of it. There's only 40s STIs, you know, nothing serious. Just wire brush and dead eye, you'll be good in no time. This is not medical advice. I'm going to Tasmania. Anyone got a map of Tassie? No one's got a map of Tassie anymore. Alright, I've got to take off my blown out tip, put a smaller one. Put that one on. What's that? 1 mil? 1.2 maybe? Oh, he's one of them, was he? Ah, fuck's sake. I didn't know that. Crate 20. Crate 20 watt, a recap to replace 2 cement resistors, put it back together and it'll work, but had a reverb hum, checked the tubes and they all tested good. But, so, are you getting signal though? The reason I ask is some valves don't glow, man. Like, you can't see the filament. If it's working, don't worry about it. If it's not working, you might have a failed heater quick connect. Or a bad solder joint somewhere. Hey mate, how are you? What's happening? Yep. Thank you very much.
Alright.
See you on the next one.
Cool, thank you. Have a good day.
Enjoy the dry weather for once.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn that ship quickly. Ordered it last night in bed and here it is. Fucking hell. I've got some little toys, champions. Sorry to distract you, but it's the name of the game around here. Where's my goddamn knife? Yeah, it doesn't work. The baffle wouldn't come out, so I'd use force. It broke off one of the old tubes. Oh, fuck. But I retubed it. So, yeah, if it's not working at all, you probably got either a burnt heater quick connect, broken traces in that area, because they use shitty ways of connecting the heater circuit to the secondary of the transformer. Light mons. So you probably got issues with your heater circuit there, buddy. You get much of that wind and rain? Yeah, we got a shit ton of it. Felt like the front door kept blowing open. That's not a knife. Yeah. So I got some little light chooches, champions. Go Docs. Little LED thingies. On. So I can do some localized lighting. And if I'm doing stuff like doing close-ups on the bike, mechanic work or whatever, I can have one attached because it goes into the cold shoe or hot shoe of the camera. But you can also get some little effects happening, you know? I don't think I want effects. But I might want to put some mood lighting in for photo shoots and stuff, just off to the side. Sometimes when you're doing a close up, it's a bit annoying. And there's $100 for 2 of them, so. That's about as bright as she gets though, so not a lot of horsepower. How do I use this thing? Oh, there we go. Hue. So if you want to do a sexy little photo shoot of a product, you could throw a bit of blue light down in the corner, you know, for a little bit of visual interest, that kind of thing. Or if I'm doing like a pedal, you can put some lighting sort of behind it, stand it up, put a backdrop behind it. It looks like it's glowing behind the pedal, that kind of thing. Good for marketing shots too. Like if I do sell, well, I sell products. I'm a retail store. If I want to do a promo, I can make it look cooler. And yeah, little RGB chucha. Just chargeable via USB. TV. Ah, it creates like, so if you're doing a shot on your face and you're supposed to be looking at a TV screen or something, that like simulates like as if you're watching scenes change on a TV for video and stuff. Candlelight. What do you reckon? Does that look realistic? Yeah, it was. There we go. Fire. A little bit too regular though, isn't it? You could sit around for a fireside chat. I could smoke a cigar and read you Moby Dick or something. What's this one? I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to be. Oh, I've been pulled over by the popo. Oh shit, boys. Fuck. There goes me license. Shouldn't have done 300 over the limit. There's the ambo. Slow. Ambulance. SOS. Oh, let's not turn that on. Or just fading through the colours. Or just a fucking light source. Yeah, pretty cool. Just realised I didn't have any the small light sources. I just have these monster things, which are kind of a bit difficult to wield, and certainly not compatible with small product photography. But often I'll have a good, like one of these lights on a product, but I'll just want something to create a bit of interest. So I'll throw like a blue light off or a red light off into the corner, just to create a bit of a fade across the frame. Anyway, back to my real job. It's hobby stuff, Jamie. It's hobby stuff. It'd also be good if I'm doing, you know, like interviews and stuff, or if we're doing an on the scene video. Like, for example, if we're doing that brewery video and it goes into the night, just to have a handy constant light on there on the camera. Because like camcorders and shit have that built in, but the pro cameras not so much, because you got a big ass lens hanging off the front. So you got to have a light that is, you know, past that. I do have a flash, but that's no good for video because it's constant that you need. Let's put a 2.2K in there per screen. 3 watt is fine, 5 watts overkill. We'll lift it off the board. And those leads work out good. But being on a hot shoe or mount, you can mount it on all sorts of random shit too. Because you can get, actually I think they're magnetic from memory. Let's try that out. Morning, Mum. Did I see Dad was watching earlier? I thought I saw someone comment Dad, then I went looking for his comment, couldn't find it. So you see, they've got these fittings here. So that's to suit brackets. Like you can get articulating brackets that go on there, or you can just attach that side to your computer to your camera. But it also takes just your standard thread as well, so you could mount it to a cage if you had one of those small rig cages or something for your camera. You could throw it anywhere. You could have it under or to the side, out of the way. But I seem to think from memory that it's magnetic on the back as well. So let's test that out. Hey, it is too. That's handy. Mount it to the it's bloody aluminium HP scope. Yeah, so much room for activities, champions. Mount it. Oh, it's a bit slippery for vertical. Need to put a bit of rubber on there. Mount it over there to the lamp. Yeah. What a cool little choochie thing. You have fun playing with that. Saturation and luminance. Luminance? Could read the manual, but that's like cheating. Oh, that's just the strength. Kind of hits a wall there, though, doesn't it? About 50%. It's about as strong as it's... Oh, no. It goes up. What's S? It's saturation. Okay. Like we're spoilt these days for gadgets, champions. So many little bits and pieces. See, that's red as fuck at the moment, and that's not really coming through in the video at all. Like that's, look at my face here. That's what it actually looks like. And you look there and it looks yellow. So this color is off quite a bit. It looks yellow there, doesn't it? But here with the Sony, I've come to tell you a story. Well, you get the two. Do you guys know the Angels? Doc Neeson, he always used to play with a red light down here and a blue light over here. And it made him look like he was out of a C-grade horror film. Cool. I'll have fun with them. You ain't a YouTuber too. You got RGB lights, eh? Oh, Mum said worse than that. Don't worry about it. Mum says worse than that. She'll kill me for saying that, but it's true. All right, back to the overhead cam. Got my little forming pliers there. You've seen them a million times. Put a little kink in the lead like that. Keeping it kinky. Face the Day, favorite Angel song. Yeah. I like Backstreet Pickup because of the mad guitar riff in it. And the ZZ Top, sort of the nod to ZZ Top. Sweet as, bro. Oop, went the wrong way. Alright, so the point of doing this is limiting the screen grid current. We'll give him half a fighting chance at surviving in the long term. Oh, she heard me. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. She'll hear me from there even if I wasn't streaming. How you going, Dad? How's she going with Dry July? Mum's doing Dry July too. So, champions, what I'm going to do is there's a few worthy causes I'm going to donate my YouTube revenue to this month. One of them is my own Dry July fund. But I'll give you guys the link right now to go and donate to Mum because she's feeling a little bit, not many people donating. Because, you know, all our mates are boomers too and they're all tight asses. You know what boomers are like. Jokes, champions, jokes. So if you guys want to go donate to Mum, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Just one sec. Nothing's working. She posted it to social media. Click. Copy link. Hello. Share. Share. Copied. Alright, so just down here. Paste. Go and donate. Just shout Mum a drink. Just as if you'd be shouting her a drink, but it'll go to helping people deal with the day-to-day life issue shit that you still have to deal with when you got cancer. So there's various different foundations that are in cahoots with them. The main one being Dry July itself. So if you donate to Dry July, they redistribute the donations to the different organizations, or you can choose specifically the organization to donate to. And in my case, I've split it between them because I think it's a little bit unfair just to go to just one. So it's good to spread it around. So we've in the last 5 years, this is the 5th year of doing Dry July. And in the last 5 years, we've raised $5,880. So I'm hoping to at least break the, I think we already have, break the $6,000 mark this year. Anything I can do to help? And like I say, there's some other causes which I'll make you guys privy of once I've had time to talk to people. What the hell? Paper towel. Paper towel. Yeah, it is a worthy cause. We lost my cousin to cancer in November. He had stomach cancer that spread to just everywhere, man. He was all through his whole body. He was riddled with it, and he passed away in November. So it's particularly poignant this year because that's still pretty raw. Being ex-military, he was taken care of by Veteran Affairs as much as they could anyway. But yeah, a lot of people don't have that luxury, so they're all sort of left out on their own. Now, I was having mixed thoughts about even asking or even spreading it on here, which is why I haven't gone with the reviews and stuff. Because if you're in America and you don't have private healthcare, don't donate, please. Save it for yourself. Because you guys need it more than anyone. BEOS. You know what I saw on eBay the other day? I was tempted to buy. I saw a Nex Cube. Remember them? Like Steve Jobs' little side hustle when he left Apple. Doom was programmed on them. They're black and white. Well, some were. They'd made a color one as well, but they were mainly used for coding and shit. It's like crazy. Tenner for the fun. Thanks, Andy. Bloody legend. Yeah, I'll be all various at the moment. More details will come to light, but all my income this month will be going to charity from YouTube. Ad revenue and donations. Of course, you know, Google take their cut before you even have a chance to get to it, so as if they're going to donate to fucking anyone. But whatever's left after they've taken their pound of flesh will get donated this month. They don't sit flush with the board, no, because there's a shoulder on the pins. So the pin's narrow, and then the shoulder sits on the board. So they are elevated from the board, which is actually kind of good because you want a bit of airflow. Gives you a bit of thermal isolation. I would put this through the ultrasonic, but it's got some parts on there I'm not sure are hermetically sealed, so probably don't want to risk that. Thanks, Goody. $2 every bit helps. That's much appreciated. I'm gonna go dig out some EL84s. I still need to make some adapters to test EL84s on the valve tester. That's actually something on my to-do list that's getting more and more pertinent. So we'll get to that soon. As well as revising my bias probe design and making a better solution. Safer. For DIY bias measurements. On EL84, or 9-pin output valve amps. Alright, that board's looking a bit nicer with a clean too. And if we need to change that 150 ohm cathode resistor to bias it more conservatively, we can do that from the top because it's actually got the ones where the leads come out the end, not the bottom like the screen grids. See these? The pins literally exit. The bottom of the resistor body, so you can't access them through the board. From the top of the board, I should say, whereas the 150s, you can see they're elevated and you can access the solder joint down in there. Alright, let's get this thing back together. What else is I going to do to it? Clean it properly, that's what I was going to do to it. Yeah, I put the noise reduction back on, the noise gate essentially on the mic because I was listening to a stream yesterday to remember what I'm even doing on an amp that got inspected and only just issued the quote last night. And I heard all my little breathy, mouthy noises and it fucking made me feel ill to know that that was out there in public. So I've turned the noise reduction back on. Plus it means I can listen to music in the background in the shop without having to worry about copyright strikes and stuff. I've got some ideas for some vintage digital gear, sort of like reviews. A bit of a retrospective on some cool digital vintage stuff. And some ideas for videos, like slightly more general interest, popular videos, like how did we discover new gear back in the 90s? So it'll go into like guitar magazines and the cover CDs and all the stuff we used to do to find out about audio gear back before the internet was really a thing. And that's a ulterior motive for getting those little lights, just to make them look a bit pretty to the average pleb that isn't a techie. Because as we are getting more subscribers, we're starting to get some more people that don't know shit about electronics. So just the deep technical info isn't that much interest to them. You sort of got to appeal to a bit of a wider audience, I guess, if I have to. If it was just me and you tech blokes, I'd be happy, but it does help sustain the channel to have more than 12 viewers. So the sushi shop that shut down around the corner just reopened. Someone's refitted it out, but now they don't have ramen. God damn it. So the old mate at the sushi place sold, I guess he just either, I don't know, just closed down or whatever, but for the new people it's a different company, I think, and they don't have ramen, god damn it. Well, that's a nice touch on the board there. Why would you put it there though? It don't make a sense. What? So they put isolation slots, but only on the input valve, on the two first triodes. You really need it where the biggest differential is. Unless they're getting grid leakage issues because they're what the fuck was that noise? Oh, I think it was my meter leads hitting the chair base. It sounded like something fell off a compressor. Are you making money off people like me who are non-members and use ad blockers? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Joy buzzer, whatever. I don't know if the algorithm's able to differentiate between ad blockers or not. Maybe that's why they're so upset at ad blockers, because they keep paying revenue for things that aren't being used. Chris, how you going, legend? What's happening? Lots of mess of boogies out there today, buddy. Would be if you stopped sending them to me instead. Just checking the board over, legends, just seeing if there's anything else that needs immediate attention. Doesn't really look like it. I think we're good. Now, which way did I rotate this? That way. Alright, we're back home. Oh, that wire's getting caught on the standby switch. There we go. I feel like I never make it over the hump where I could intuit the circuits. I could do the analysis mathematically, but always had to think about it for a really long time. Went to college for EE, but now I'm all software. Yeah, a lot of it does take simulation, unless you're just doing standard shit. See, the thing with valve amps, Maestro, is there's so much borrowing. Let's call it borrowing going on. So you know you can use a 1K on a whatever, and you can use a 470K there and 100K there. So it's sort of like we're not modeling like here's a gain stage. You can, but often you've just seen the circuit so many times that you know it's going to work. So you just, you know, borrow it. So there's a bit of that going on. It more comes to like when you're doing timing circuits and shit, you need to do a bit of math. If you're doing frequency domain stuff, like figuring out the frequency response of a stage or a filter, you can't really get around that. You're going to have to do some analysis, some basic math, or just, God forbid, simulate it with LT Spice or something. Send the amps to shorten your lifespan. What do you think it does to me? It's alright, just charge appropriately. Merlin's book bridges theory and practice. Yeah, it's very hands-on, practical book, Merlin stuff. He does go into a bit of theory, but he keeps it light. Most books do these days, to be honest. There's not many that, unless they're super specialists, that dive into like massive theory. I think pretty much everyone understands that people respond to dopamine. So you need to give them results quickly and in a way that will have half a chance of sticking in their brain to some degree. But how's the camera looking, champions? Have you forgotten all about it? Is it worth it? Or do we just go back to the old camcorder? Same message, Boogie takes 1% off your remaining life. 1% off a 40-year-old is longer than 1% off. Yeah. What are you talking about? Wrong way around, Chris. Maybe he's saying it affects him more. Because he's one of these disillusioned people that thinks life should be easy. Just joking around, Chris. Thank you for the referrals. At the moment, I cannot take any more work though. We're flooded. Not flooded, literally. Alright, that resistor clears that. Oof, only just though. Let's get that screen resistor down a little bit more. A bit more clearance to the jack board. See you, Pete. Have a good one, champion. Can't see shit. All right. Now we're good. All right, get these screws installed. Let's just assume everything's going to work, eh? Try reading textbooks is what I always gravitated to. They make me ask myself questions of myself when I don't understand something, then I look up and teach myself. Yeah, that's pretty much how I do it. And then just use them to refer back to. You know, as long as when you hear something or when you've got a problem, you've got a seed of information there in your brain that goes, okay, I think that's transconductance, or I think that's it may be Miller effect, or it could be this, could be that, and then you just go looking for it and then you can confirm it. But if you don't have the basic seeds of this terminology in your head, it can be very hard for you to get started on figuring out solutions to a problem, which is where a lot of, I don't know, the other guys in the field fall over a bit. They've got this refusal to go looking for information, and that's when you get what you see on all the amps that come here after they've gone there, you know. Just no natural curiosity. Yeah, I think you really need that natural curiosity in order to evolve as a tech in most technical fields, not just amp stuff. Just life in general, champions. You've got to be curious about things, otherwise you just sit there and fucking rot away. Need to keep moving, keep interested in stuff. You need to be that kid that took apart the vacuum cleaner because you got a screwdriver set for Christmas. Your parents will laugh about it later. Don't worry about it. Beauty.
There it is.
Hey mate, how are you?
Good, Brad.
What's going on?
How you going?
All right. Just picking up the basement.
Yep.
Just one sec. No worries. Hello, 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 hello. We're back. Must have turned the thing off instead of muting it because it took the long press. Rightio. Got the center tap. Where's the other terminal? Brown, black. Oh, there it is. Looking for the other terminal for the output transformer primary. Don't mind me. Put a new fuse in there. What do we want? 250 milliamp. Yep, 250 milliamp slow blow. Nothing wrong with a slow blow. Get the rest of those jacks in there first. Let's just assume everything's going to be right, because what could possibly go wrong, eh? Oh, sorry, Basil. Yeah, I just had a customer picking up an amp. Picking up a nice Bassman, which I did a bunch of footage on, but haven't had a chance to edit it. And I was going to do some sound samples, but didn't have time for that either. But being a studio client, I just discussed with him, maybe you can do some recordings with it and just shoot me some stems, and I'll edit it over like some photo footage or whatever. And he's going to record it better than me anyway, because he's got a studio and about 30 years of experience or more. A studio. He's a traveling studio dude. He's one of the real deal. Not just Bandcamp in the living room. It's time to eat something. It's only 11 o'clock. Starting to get the hangry tiredie. Really hate when Mouser don't print on the labels what the ratings are. They just give you a part number. Mouser. Do you have to order more fuses? Just I'm gonna have to start a spreadsheet or something on all the different fuse types and keep stock, because I keep forgetting, and then an amp comes in and I've gotta order fuses. There's nothing more frustrating than finishing an amp and you can't send it out because you don't have the right friggin' fuse, champions. Scotty, how you going, legend? What's happening? Oh, customer, phone call. Am I back? Yeah, there we go. Sorry, just another phone call. Ah, I get a missed phone call while I'm on a phone call. This is where the day fucking ends for me. Sorry, champions, doing 3 things at once. That's why I'm frowning on the screen. What was I doing? Testing an amp. Trying to figure out what knob goes where. Orange, dark, terror. Okay, the small knob's in the middle. Small knob in middle for shape. Ben, how you going, legend? This is an orange dark terror. You're just in time for the smoke to come out. Probably just want standard probes for this. Got some nice probes on the way, champions. I ordered some Pomona test leads, silicon. I've had the Pomona PVC stuff before, but the silicon stuff's really nice. Life's too short for shit test leads, champions. You got to treat yourself from time to time. You know, I mean, the soles of my shoes are worn, but at least I've got good test leads. You got the Trim Lord. Yeah, I like oranges. This one had a few dodgy things. Like, look at these shit test leads. These are brand new. Look at the fucking eating a few dead rats. That's a brand new lead. But yeah, luckily I just use these ones for attaching to the valve tester. Because Dad put little probe points on there instead of 4mm banana sockets. Fluke bought Pomona. Oh shit, maybe they suck then. Dude's about to flex on us with his 14 Flukes. No, I've only got 5. I've got 5 Flukes, a Rigol, a Tektronix, 2 Rigols, and a Simpson, an AVO, and my favourite, the HP. I do like the HP, but like your favourite, cutlery, you only bring it out when there's a special occasion. You know? You guys aren't special enough, sorry. You guys are the only reason I do anything. Alright, let's zoom out and get these meters in shot. As always, the bloody lighting's not playing the game. Flukes aren't expensive. Like, define expensive. You can get a Fluke for $100. A Fluke 87 or something, yeah, sure. Or the process meters or the programmable ones and shit. We're working on valve amps, champions. We don't need all that shit. Be nice to have. But if I get all that complicated stuff, I'll start taking more complicated jobs and then I'll have no time for anything. Ah, you fucker. Right, I think it's safe to say we can go with 120 ohms there. Remember that for me, champions. 120 ohms. Alright? Keysight, yeah, that's expensive. That's expensive. This one's so pretty though. Look how pretty it is. It's my Simpson 260 Series 8. Just look at it. It's gorgeous. I don't use it much because it's a pain in the ass, but it's gorgeous. Can't beat a Fluke. But yeah, that's very pretty. It's fun to watch. I just sometimes attach it to a speaker terminal just so I can watch it while I'm listening to music. I got a Fender Pro Junior. I was wondering if I should go. Well, you could go. Guys, can you fill Victor in on the advantages and disadvantages of go? Yeah, the bee's knees though, champions. This one here. Frankie's got one of these. He shows it off in every video he has a chance to. That's the Hewlett Packard 34401A. And it's got the 4-wire Kelvin setup. So this is fantastic for tracking down short circuits, because it can go down to a 15th of an ohm, which is the technical term. You should see Dad's Variac there, Joy Buzzer. It's a fucking monster. Looks like an aircraft engine or something. It's a beast. Speaking of shit Variac. Having said that, I built my empire on this Variac. Not what you got, it's how you use it, eh? So they say. Let's check we've got no shorts. Eat my shorts. I'll just check the mains fuse too. I haven't looked at that yet. Looks intact. Is intact. Give it a sprecher. Just dislodged my mic. Ah, well. We're after the World Guitar Tone Championships here. 16 ohm. Yay, it's got a 16 ohm output. Often they're either 4 or 8. Look at this silly little lamp with all the probes coming out of it. Looks like a bloody operating on a gerbil. Let's plug the mic in. Give it a bit of signal and see what happens. Don't need my power supply anymore. That was from the last job. And if this works, I think I've earned lunch. It's only 11:30 and I already want lunch. God damn it. Should have brought one of my beers down here. They're non-alcoholic. Still feels wrong though, eh? Drinking beer while you're working on amps, even if it is non-alcoholic. Same as drinking a Coke or something. Why is my battery not charging on the camera? Don't know. Anyway, we'll cut it off soon anyway. But yeah, I'll suss that out. Should have USB charging enabled. Did I turn that off for some reason? No. Maybe it just stays where it is because the computer can't charge it fast enough. Weird. Alright. We're on. Full 15. Give it some signal. Is an expensive Variac really better / safe? Yes. One kilohertz, 200 millivolts peak to peak. Set everything at 12 o'clock. And away we go. Come on, 15 watt at about 110 volt. We've got some light there. 18 watt. Heaters are just still settling down. Starting to see some conduction on the left hand side there. Nothing happening on the right though. She's just taking a bit longer to warm up. Why is the right hand side so mismatched? Ah. Ha! I know what I've done, but it doesn't explain the mismatch. 1 hertz. You dickhead. Why are these valves so mismatched? They're a brand new set from fucking Tube Amp Doctor. I'm off those fuckers. Let's swap them over. Oh, they're tested and matched by Tube Amp Doctor. Fuck off, they are. I should shut up. It could be my fault. Let's swap them over. The left-hand one was hotter than the right. Selected, though. But they selected them, bro. Certainly not fun working on tiny, pissy little lunchbox amps. Yep, just following the valve. Oh, but they're burned in and they're premium selected matched. Fucking on premium selected match your mum. Well, we'll let them burn in, see if they come up. They might equalize with higher voltage. We'll see how we go. And then I'll eat my words. Which would be good because I'm hungry. Oh, let's do some calculations. What's Ted doing? Is he taking off by a tad? Yeah. That's what they call them, tad, yeah. Oh, they're leveling out now. I've had bad experiences. I'm not just shooting from the hip saying that because I'm being an asshole. I'm saying that because of past experience. In this one case, it looks like maybe they're okay. So I'll shut up now because I'm an idiot. Sorry, Tube Amp Doctor. You only fucked me over 9 times out of 10, not 10 out of 10. But I've got no choice because there's sometimes some parts only they sell. So what do you do? Right. 275. So we'll say 3 volts divided by 120 ohms times, fuck, I've already forgotten. 375, was it? 275. 275. 275. 6.8 divided by 12. 60%. And that's only at 200 volts though. So let's give it the full mains. We'll give it the full Monty. Ping. I want to see around 95%. Oh, we had a jump. Got wild fluctuations there. Say 4. Oh, you know what's fucking it up? The soldering station. That'll be a lot more level now. The meters get confused. 320 volts, 320, 10.6 divided by 12, 88%. So we'll let them burn in for a bit. A little bit cool. So I think we can leave that 150 ohm resistor in. Tad has those red base tubes that are supposed to be really premium and expected to last longer. I went through 2 sets of them in about a year. I went through about 12, 15 sets of them. So yeah, like a good, what's that? Well, they're about on average about $50 each by 12, say, pairs. So about, I went through about $1,500 worth of valves. And when one failed, you get your fucking ass chewed out by the customer. So you dutifully send an email to TubeAmp, Doctor, I have another pair or another quad that have failed. Oh, okay. We'll send you one valve to replace the one that took out the others. It's like, or we'll send you 2 valves and you can match them up. Show me the sticker and I'll match up the valves, and then you send them and then they fail. So it's, no, I want a fucking refund or another brand of valve, not more shit that's going to fail. And how many times can the customer come back with a failed amp before they call you a fuckwit and never want to see you again? They don't care. So fuck them. They don't care about my reputation. I don't give a fuck about their reputation either. Eat some pink taco. Yeah, I would, but not very convenient at the moment. Oh, well, let's have a play through this thing. Have a quick listen. Dark Terror, so we better down tune. I'll go get a bite to eat. Might go to the shop, get something healthy instead of the takeaway shop. Very microphonic valve, very microphonic pickup. Sorry, a lot of gain though. Way, well, so much gain. So. Let's test the output stage, punish it a bit, eh? Sitting pretty stable at about 4. Fucking hell. Well, it works. Let's test the half watt mode. 7 watts. There goes the overhead again. Oh, I think we're good. I'm gonna grab a bite to eat. When I come back, I'll let that soak in. And just put the meters on min-max mode or max mode and just make sure nothing's running away, nothing's going crazy. But I'd say that's done, champions. I'll give the pots a clean, take all the measurements, move on to the next one. Got about 50,000 jobs to get done today, so I'll fuck off. Leave you to it. Until next time. Tell you what, raise a glass because I cannot. And you never cheers with a non-alcoholic drink because that's bad luck. So thank you for the sentiment, Maestro, but I won't be doing that. Take it easy, legends. Go and rip the lid off it for me.